CCJ has refused to announce election dates, but says the government is only a caretaker government. 25,000 cannabis plants destroyed. Valda Lawrence investigate nurse's death. In the region, Venezuelans turn to alternative medicine as prescription prices soar, and internationally, thousands of Rohingya refugees at risk from flooding. Greetings and welcome to this edition of Headline News Update. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. On Wednesday, ranks of the Guyana police force led a drug eradication exercise at the Kimbia and Kiowa in the upper Berbice River, where they destroyed approximately 25,000 marijuana plants. According to reports, the police found 3 fields of cannabis with thousands of plants, a nursery containing about 3,000 seedlings, 4 camps and approximately 35 kilograms of dried cannabis during that exercise. Suppose you are not satisfied with your child's score at the National Grade 6 exams. You can challenge it through the Ministry of Education. Esther Sobers spoke with the education officer and filed this report.
Parents who may query the results of their children that wrote this year's National Grade 6 assessment or may request for the student to attend the school with the required marks can have the process done through the Ministry Exam Division. During the award ceremony held on Wednesday morning by Ansa McCall, Headline News sought a comment from the Chief Educational Officer, Marcel Hudson, about the possibilities of parents requesting to review their children's exam scripts, and this was his response.
I could tell you the process is very thorough, and it is highly unlikely that any mistake would be made, but they could always approach the exams division for that purpose, for reviews to be done.
Reviews, right? And once they notice that there were mistakes, the child will be placed in the correct school.
Yes, that is quite possible.
Over 14,715 students across the country were tested in 4 subjects, which determined the school the student will attend. However, many parents questioned the method used by the ministry with the placement of students who would often be placed to schools closest to their district rather than a school that required the marks. This method, Hudson opined that parents can seek transfer for students to their respected schools.
Yes, we do that all the time. Parents can come in and they will have their matter of interest. Because if you're placed in an area far away, but you have to have the concomitant marks, and lateral transfers can be made.
A 57.4% pass rate was recorded in English in 2019 as compared to 60.6% last year. 39% of the candidates gained 50% and more in social studies as opposed to 46.1% in 2018. Meanwhile, 42.4% gained 50% and more in science as opposed to 46.6% in 2018. For Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Coming up after the break, local beauty and massage parlor rolls out new exquisite product, and taxpayers to foot bill for government's appeals.
Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have so much waste to dispose of in the landfill? Well, composting can help us reduce the waste we dispose of by turning our organic waste into compost, which can be used to improve the quality of our soil.
Composting is very simple and convenient.
You can compost using organic waste such as vegetable skins,
or fallen leaves and cut grass and put this in a composting bin or pile. Compost can help your garden grow healthy plants
while reducing your volume of waste. It's a really good way to keep our communities clean and healthy.
So, let's all start composting our waste.
Find out how easy it is. Call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.ui. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Welcome back. The Minister of Public Health, Waldo Lawrence, is seeking an inquest into the cause of death of nursing assistant Shanice Apple, who was found dead in her apartment at the nurses' quarter in Madia. The decision was taken after meeting with the parents of the deceased. The family of Shanice said they have not yet received any report officially stating the cause of death of Shanice. The father, Dexter Copeland, had questions that he wished answered. Initially, the Ministry of Public Health, along with the Guyana Police Force, treated the investigations as a suspected suicide. However, following a meeting with the grieving family and members, the health minister determined that an inquest was necessary. A local business has teamed up with an international brand to offer a high-end hair care product. Esther Sobers reports.
It's one of the most luxurious brands in the world. It comes under maybe top 5 just because the quality, the feel and the texture of the products makes you want to get involved.
On Thursday, Vivanta's Ayurvedic Spa and Hair Salon officially launched their hair care brand Karasti. Karasti is a French-based international luxury hair brand which forms part of the portfolio of the professional products division of the multinational parent company, the L'Oreal Group. Vivanta's Ayurvedic Spa and Hair Salon is the only salon in Guyana that officially sells the hair products, as it's the mostly sold only in the most prestigious salons worldwide. The strength of Karasti lies in the expert hands of the hairdressers. As such, Vivanta has on hands the overseas Karasti brand ambassador and educators for the brand.
You guys can come here and get a consultation. We brought educators, international educators, and all the staff of Vivanta is trained to give you the Karasti lifestyle. It's not just about a good hair product, it's about a holistic lifestyle.
The ambient setting was well decorated with a variety of Karasti hair products. One attendee was given the opportunity to try a free Karasti hair treatment. Karasti aims to empower women to enhance their beauty through their signature style, personalized attention, transformative approach, and indulgent experiences. For Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. The CCJ has ruled that the Granger administration is merely a caretaker government and they should act with that in mind. The court also said that they cannot tell the president and GCOM when to hold the elections. Wendell Jeffrey is following that development.
Upon the passage of a vote of no confidence, the article requires the resignation of the cabinet, including the president. The article goes on to state, among other things, that notwithstanding its defeat, the government shall remain in office and that an election shall be held within 3 months. The court must assume that these bodies and personages will exercise their responsibilities with integrity and in keeping with the unambiguous provisions of the Constitution.
Today, the Caribbean Court of Justice convened to issue what was expected to be some consequential orders. Instead, the President of the Court of Justice, Adrian Saunders, read from the Guyana Constitution and offered mostly suggestions on the way forward for the opposing Guyanese politicians.
The Guyana Elections Commission has the responsibility to conduct that election, and GCOM too must abide by the provisions of the Constitution.
Justice Saunders reiterated that the elections should have been held since March 21st, given the successful passage of the no-confidence motion.
Given the passage of the no-confidence motion on 21st December 2018, a general election should have been held in Guyana by 21st March 2019, unless a two-thirds majority in the National Assembly had resolved to extend that period.
Opposition leader Barra Jackdio had repeatedly asserted that he will not be returning to Parliament to discuss any extension for the holding of elections. In a direct reply to a request from the opposition leader, Justice Saunders said that the court cannot usurp the role of the president, and specifically that of GCOM, by issuing a date for the ensuing elections.
It would not therefore be right for the court, by the issuance of coercive orders or detailed directives, to presume to instruct these bodies on how they must act and thereby preempt the performance by them of their constitutional responsibilities. It is not, for example, the role of the court to establish a date on or by which the elections must be held.
Justice Saunders said that the Granger administration is now a caretaker government.
The tenure in office of the cabinet, including the president, after the government's defeat, is on a different footing from that which existed prior to the vote of no confidence. The government continues in office as a caretaker government or an interim government until the next elections ensue, and a president is appointed or reappointed depending on the results of that election, unquote. By convention, the government is expected to behave during this interim period as a caretaker and so restrain the exercise of its legal authority.
The court has also ruled that the state, by way of the Attorney General Basil Williams, must pay the court cost for all litigants, both at the local appeal level and at the level of the Caribbean Court of Justice.
Costs in this appeal and in the courts below are to be paid to the appellant and to be borne by the Attorney General.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. When we return, Venezuelans turn to alternative medicine as prescription prices soar, and thousands of Bahrainian refugees at risk from flooding.
nice if we didn't have so much waste to dispose of in the landfill. Well, composting can help us reduce the waste we dispose of by turning our organic waste into compost, which can be used to improve the quality of our soil.
Composting is very simple and convenient.
You can compost using organic waste such as vegetable skins.
Or fallen leaves and cut grass and put this in a composting bin or pile. Compost can help your garden grow healthy plants
while reducing your volume of waste. It's a really good way to keep our communities clean and healthy.
So, let's all start composting our waste.
Find out how easy it is. Call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.ui. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Welcome back. Now for news from the region. Venezuela's ongoing economic crisis is provoking a serious health crisis. The country has seen a surge in medicine prices, with several shortages and health system going bankrupt. That's pushing more and more people towards non-traditional medicine and healers. More from France 24.
Nelson is suffering from a gout attack. His left knee is giving him great pain. Like many Venezuelans, rather than a doctor, he's consulting a healer.
With the health system crisis, people come to find me to help them, to prescribe remedies against depression, stress, and digestive problems.
When you go to the hospital, the first thing that you are told is that there is nothing there to treat you. So I come here and I'm prescribed herbs, natural remedies.
Don Paul practices Santeria, a Cuban cult of African origin. For affordable prices, he says he can heal the body and the soul.
I've been blind for 25 years. I speak directly with God and with the spirits of the saints. They help me treat people like him.
These icons represent friendly, allied spirits. On the altar, Dr. José Gregorio Hernández, who died in 1919, holds center stage.
During his lifetime, this holy man accomplished a lot of miracles. He cared for people. He helped me treat cases of tuberculosis, AIDS, and cancer.
This doctor of the poor, to whom people attribute miracles, rests in this church in the center of Caracas. In these times of disease and hunger, His grave is one of the most visited in the country.
Some drugs are just not available, anticonvulsants in particular. The importing laboratory left the country. I come here on Sundays every time I can. I take my son here to pray and to implore him.
The cult of José Gregorio Hernández is growing, and the Venezuelan church has asked for his canonization. At the Vatican, a commission of experts is looking into the miracles he's believed to have performed.
And internationally, aid agencies are warning that thousands of Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh are at risk after heavy rains swept through the makeshift homes. Hundreds of thousands fled from Myanmar to neighboring Bangladesh after a military crackdown in 2017. Al Jazeera reports.
As if life weren't difficult enough for Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh, the monsoon season has brought with it even greater hardship. Flooding and landslides guaranteeing that the situation for an already vulnerable population becomes even more precarious.
There have been days of heavy rains in the Rohingya refugee camps here in Cox's Bazar, and the situation is serious. Thousands of people have been displaced and thousands more have damage to their homes.
While Rohingya refugees work to secure their overcrowded camps' hillsides from erosion, aid agencies like the World Food Program are doing what they can to distribute emergency supplies. Last year, heavy monsoon rains in southeastern Bangladesh led to the deaths of 5 children. Many fear the conditions could be even worse this year and worry the downpour may not let up anytime soon. More than 730,000 mainly Muslim Rohingya fled from Myanmar to neighboring Bangladesh after a military crackdown in 2017. UN investigators have said attacks in Myanmar's western Rakhine state included mass killings and gang rapes, and that they were executed with genocidal intent. In June, the International Criminal Court moved closer to opening a full investigation, as prosecutor Fatou Bensouda announced she will request the court to look into crimes relating to 2 waves of violence in Rakhine state.
The request seeks authorization from the court's judges to open an investigation into alleged crimes within the jurisdiction of the court in which at least one element occurred on the territory of Bangladesh, a state party to the Rome Statute, and within the context of 2 recent waves of violence in Rakhine state on the territory of Myanmar, as well as any other crimes which are sufficiently linked to these events.
If granted, the ICC would become the first international court to prosecute any crime committed against Myanmar's Rohingya minority. Mohammed Jamjoom, Al Jazeera.
Now for your 3-day weather forecast. And that is all we have for this edition of Channel 2 Headline News Update. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook and YouTube, or visit our website at headlinenewsguyana.com. See you on Monday at 7 for another update. Until then, take care.